Welcome to our second broadcast. This is Tusu Kumalo here in Soweto at the Hector Peterson Memorial Site in Johannesburg, where the young people are coming here. As we have been telling you in our previous broadcasts, South African youths are coming to this point because Hector Peterson is a 12-year-old who was killed at the height of the struggle against apartheid, when the young people of South Africa said they want to be taught in their local languages, not in Afrikaans, which was the language of the colonizer at the time. They went out marching, there was shooting, and Hector Peterson, the 12-year-old, was the symbol of that struggle because he was shot dead at that time. And young people are coming here every year on the 16th of June to reflect. But although today is a Monday, it's a holiday, so they are here just to reflect on what was happening. But I want to bring in one young person just to tell us the kind of challenges that they face today and how she thinks those challenges will be solved. Just please just come over. Yes, introduce yourself and just tell us, as a young person, how do you feel about your country?
Okay, my name is Busisiwe Gumete. I'm a 19-year-old living in South Africa, which means I fall under the youth. So the economy that we are in today's country is very uncertain because as a student, you don't know your uncertainty and what the future actually holds for you after you graduate or after you hold your degree. So in this country, we are facing current affairs such as unemployment and a lot of other factors in terms of funds and getting the necessity fund to fund you in university. So we are facing a lot of challenges in this country, and it is very sad to not know what the future actually holds for you if you work hard and you study hard, and having a degree and having a master's to a PhD to just sit at home for a number of years and not knowing what to do. So the best to do as a young person is that you should actually find ways in order to start up your own business. But this doesn't come as easy as it's said, because you need a startup cost, you need funding. So it would be better if the government could at least come in and provide grants to the youth and entrepreneurs who actually want to start businesses, and those entrepreneurs can go up to the government and sit down and tell them about what their plans are. But we have been seeing a couple of change that the government has been trying to do. As not so long ago, we saw that there was the Ispani program, whereby the youth actually went up and managed to get themselves a few jobs under the education fraternity. But we can still see that there are a couple of graduated teachers who are still sitting at home and they don't actually have jobs under these bursaries and all of that. So we have also been seeing other people in other careers, such as doctors, that have been just sitting at home and they have been educated, but there are not enough hospitals, there are not enough places where they can actually work. So this is very concerning in a country, to see that you study hard, you work hard, the country or the government manages to fund you, but then what when you've got your NSFAS, you've worked hard, you've gotten your degree, then what? It's like money that has just gone down in the drain. Why not that money had been taken to invest in something else? So these are the challenges that we have been facing. So a person in the youth would just say, rather, I graduate and take my things and leave, and see myself living into another country, maybe a further developed country, and maybe I would just get better opportunities. But it's not just that easy to just take your things and start afresh in a country where you know no one and literally you don't have a place to stay and all of that. So these are the challenges that we face in the country. So, and not a lot of people grow up in backgrounds whereby you can just get enough money to go to a foreign country with foreign currency and not know what you actually hold in that country, and not leaving the fact that that country also has those people and their assets that they hold. So you can't just get there as a lawyer that graduated and has degrees from this country and expect that when you get there you will be hired in one of the highest law firms, whereby no one knows where you come from or where your background is. So they would rather have what they have seen and developed in their country, in their universities, and started up from. So yes, thank you very much.
Thanks so much. We've got a lot of young people now. I mean, out of all the problems that we've said, it seems the future is so black and bleak for the young people. And more young people now are now resorting to drugs, to alcohol abuse. Do you think these are some of the stresses when looking at the future, or you think the laws are not enough to stop this drug abuse?
We can't run away from the fact that these have been risen as socio-economic issues that we are facing in a country, and people find that it's okay to resolve to drug abuse because they feel that it will drive them away from the stress that they are currently facing. I mean, everyone just wants to have an escape from reality, but it doesn't hide the fact that there will still be people that find a way in distributing these drugs because they want a source of employment, they want a source of income in their lives, which is not a good thing to do. And I feel like that the government should implement policies that drug abuse should be actually one of the things that people shouldn't resolve to, but as well as people find this as a relief from their worries and a relief because, some people don't know meal of today will be. Some people don't know where the money that they will get, to pay off their debts. And people go into trying to actually make light of the burden that they are actually facing. Because remember, these people have families, these people have kids, and these kids actually depend on them. So yes.
Lastly, we've got a government of national unity that was set up just a few days ago. President Cyril Ramaphosa going back, the DA coming together with them. And as they prepare to start their work, as a young South African, what is your key message to them? What is your demand? What are your expectations from them?
Okay, so we have seen that since we were voting. So we would say that we are hoping for change. That's the one thing that we want. Change in a good way. We need education. We need that. We can see that they are wanting to change this NSFAS into a loan now. I hope that what they're wanting to do will actually benefit young students instead of getting them into more debt. Because if you can think about it, having a loan might benefit it in terms of taxes and all of that. But what happens now, you go and you get an education, you get your PhDs, and then you still don't get a job after that. So how are those students going to pay off that money? So they have to make sure that they implement ways in which that having these loans and having these policies put into place, they have to ensure that they actually have jobs that they create in order for that you will not have a student that will take out a loan and study further. And then the thing that we don't want is that student failing to repay the money because now they don't have a job and they're sitting at home. Then what? Does the person end up getting blacklisted? That's not the person's fault because, education is the only drive to success. It's the only way that you can actually change where you come from and where you can actually going because you know where you're going and what the future holds you. And people study to bring a change and to bring their lifestyle in a better place, yes.
That's a cry from one young person who says, to the new government, they want jobs. To the new government, they want to be guaranteed that they will get jobs. This is Thuso Khumalo in Soweto at the Hector Peterson Memorial Center. Bye for now.